Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. If you can, you maybe type a 1 in chat box. Yeah. Yeah, I will send a PDF anyway. I will send the PDF maybe afterwards because still, right? So my pal are still inputting the questions. So I only got the paper with what the first 30 question, right? There are remaining last fives. I will send the PDF. Never mind. Okay, the time is here. Maybe we just started. So now I try to run through all the questions, but if the questions are so easy, I may just write working and get you the answer, okay? And I will mark if the question is easy or normal or hard or maybe terrible. But I don't expect NMOS to have a terrible level question, right? Okay. Then, so question one, I make it an easy question. Just use the square difference, but actually you don't need to use the square difference in front because you just unify the denominator to the side. So it's 12 times 19 and 19 squared minus 12 times 19 of 12 squared. So which means this 19 squared minus 12 squared, they can be cancelled. So the answer is just like this, which means you just need to calculate 12 times 19, which is a 228. This is the answer, right? So maybe an easy question. Okay. Then question two, we can just use the combination to calculate it. So we want to calculate rectangles. Rectangles are formed with two vertical lines and two horizontal lines, right? So now the vertical line is 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, horizontal line 4, vertical line 5. So the answer would just be like 4C2 then times 5C2, 6 and 10, 60, right? Name it an easy question. Question 3, some typical chicken and rabbit questions, right? 20 cents and 50 cents. So total is 9.9. So how many 20 cents are there? So maybe, right? So first of all, we can assume that all the 30 coins are 50 cents. So there should be 1,500 cents. But actually, we only have 990 cents. Why is that? Because for each 20 cents we made into 50 cents, it increased by 30. So we just use the 1,500 minus 990, then divide 30 to get the answer. So the answer is 17. So this is the number of 20 cent coin. A very easy chicken and rabbit question, right? So now, question 4. So A, B, C, D are different prime numbers. A plus B plus C equal to D. So find the smallest possible value of A, B, C, D. So first, when we see the prime number, we first think about the parity, the odd and even. So because they want to be small, so can there be a 2? It's not possible because if we have a 2 for A, then this is odd number, this is odd number, D must be an even number. But even number cannot be a prime number except for 2, which means we cannot have a 2. So the smallest number can only start from maybe try 3, 5, and 7, but the sum is 15. Then try a slightly larger one, 3, 5, and 11. Yeah, this is the case, make it to 19. So the the smallest product should be 3, 5, 11, 19. So what's the answer, calculator? Yeah. 3, 1, 3, 5. Should this be easy question or normal question? Yeah, I think it's easy because even if you didn't realize the 2 here, you try some number, you will figure out what's the answer. And the 357 is 3511 is not that hard to find because after you exclude the 2, so the smallest is 357, then this is the next, right? Maybe an easy question. Question 5, right? So car X and Y meet at place 30 meters away from midpoint. When we see the midpoint in an encounter problem, so it always referring to the distance difference. So now it's 30 meters away from midpoint. So the distance difference, maybe I just copy my word, is 30 times 2, which is 60 meters. And then we know the speed of x and y, they have a speed ratio. So speed ratio, as they are departing at the same time. So the speed ratio equal to the distance ratio. So the distance ratio equal to the speed ratio is just a 5:6. So we know the ratio, we know the difference, we can know the 1 unit, we can get the total distance. So which means 1 unit equal to 60, and the total length of AB equal to 5 plus 6, which is 11U, so it's 660. Easy question again. As long as we see the midpoint, we think of the distance difference, things are easy to solve, right? Question 6. Yeah, this is not my note. This is the note quote from one of my students because I take photo of a paper, right? So now A, B, C, and D, E, F are 2 3-digit numbers. So they are all distinct, and A and D are non-zero. So now we want to make the smallest A, B, C here. So no doubt that A should be as small as 1. Or maybe I can use some black, right? Yeah, I can use some white to erase it. Yeah. Much better. Much better. Okay. Yeah, maybe I keep the 4 here because 4 is correct. Right? Then we want to make A, B, C small. We want B the smallest. And B can be as small as, not 2 actually, because we can use 0 here. A is non-zero, B can be 0. So, no. Then if B is 0, so how to make this E? So yeah, teacher, E is the 6. But if you try E equal to 6, then C plus F would equal to 7. But the combination for being 7, 0 plus 7, 1 plus 6, 2 plus 5, right? So then we can use the 2 plus 5 here, right? So now the final answer is just 102, quite easy. Yeah, but another version of the question, so I don't know which one is correct, but another version of the question shows 576. So 576 actually is more difficult than this question, actually, right? Okay, so if it's 567, that's so easy, actually. Okay, then question 7. So it says that A, B, C are distributed with 4, 6 to 14. So now if they were shared equally, so now if the same amount are shared equally, the amount is the same, which means the sum is constant. So now the sum should be the 24 unit. So if they are distributed equally, so it should always be the 24 unit. And now in this case, all is A unit, and A unit. So now we would see that B had increased by 2 units, which is the A more pieces. So now 1 unit would equal to 4 pieces. So the total number is 4 times 24, which is a 96 pieces, right? Yeah, this is an easy question. Oh, by the way, yeah, this should be an easy question if it's 567. But if it's 576, so I don't remember. So I don't know, actually. I don't know. So tell me if you remember, is the number for this one 567 or 576? Tell me. If it's a 567, then this is an easy question. But if it's 576, it's a difficult question. I don't know. Anyone remember? It's 567 or 576? Oh no, the lab is so long. So I just see your chat maybe 3 minutes ago. Maybe we cannot wait here. Maybe we just move on. And when we see it, yeah, we can see. Okay, so now, yeah, thanks for the kid, right? The kid give me, yeah, the number are correct. Yeah, the number are all correct. So maybe never mind. So it says that, so the side length of the rectangle is 10, 15, 8, and 8. So we want to know the shaded region, right? So now, okay, 5, 6, 7, then it's okay, right? So yeah, it lagged for 2 minutes actually. Okay, so now how to calculate this one? So this is not a square, so we cannot use the same error transformation to get it. However, we can use the total minus extra. So who or what can be treated as total? Maybe we just make it a whole, right? We make it a whole rectangles, then a whole rectangle minus the extra. So first, this is half of the large rectangle, right? So this is half of rectangle, we take a total, so it's half times 10 times, which is a 33. Then subtract area 1, area 2, area 3. So area 1, AG is 2, so half of 15 and 2. Area 2 is half of the A square, and area 3 is the half of the 2 and 8. So which is 165, 32 and 8, 40, yeah, 52. Yeah, 52. This may be a normal question because when you see this picture, many of you think, yeah, we do the same error transformation, but this is not a square. We cannot connect BD to do the same error transformation. It's not working, right? It's not working. So don't use this method. Okay. So question 8. Question 9. So Mark and Jack is 80 toys in 2 hours. Mark alone is 30 toys in 80 minutes. So we can get the speed or the work rate for Mark. So 32 divides, so 80 is 80 over 60 hours. So it's 4 over 3. So 3 over 4 is the 24 toys per hour. Then we can get the work rate for James because the total working rate is 80 divided by 2 is 40 per hour minus 24 to get the 16 per hour. So this is speed for James. So if James want to do 64, then 64 divided 16 times the 6 times the 60 because it's asking for minutes, right? Would be coming 240, right? Easy question. Question 10. Yeah, the average. So as long as we see the average, we should think about the total instead, right? So now the average is 40, average is 76. So the total for all the 40 students is 40 times 76. Then, so 2 of them leave. So the remaining average is 77. So maybe we just get the total of the remaining 38 is 38 times 77. So this difference referring to the score of A plus B. Yeah, maybe you use the calculator. 114. And we also know that A is two more than B. So A, we just use the half times sum plus the difference. So it's 116 is a 58. Easy question, right? So now, so far, right, we have 9 easy questions and 1 normal question out of the first term question. So now I will get a gold expectation to be 9 points. Sounds fair, right? Because 9 questions easy, 1 is normal, so maybe gold expectation is 9. So you should score 9 to reach a gold. Then, yeah, we move to the question, yeah, the second part, the 2-point questions. Right, okay, question 11. So online order for 275 plates and some cups. So 8% of plates and 4% of cup were chipped. So the other item, so the 94.9 of the total is not broken, right? So we have 2 ways of doing that. So the method 1 is use the algebra. Oh no, that's so small. Yeah, thanks for Turner. Yeah, Turner gave me a better version maybe. Yeah, I tried to check if the version is actually better. Wait me for a while. So Hey. I will check maybe for a while. Is it full, firstly? Yeah, it's full. And does Turner give me blank? Yeah, I have enough blank. Yeah, much better, right? Okay, back to the question 11, right? So now we have two ways. So the first way is to use the algebra. So we assume that there are X cups. So which means the broken plate is 8% of 275. And the broken cup is 4% of X. So totally they made 5.1 of the total to be broken. Then we solve out the X, right? So a classic way. But right, I don't like this way. So the calculation may be complicated. So I would like the second way. Which is the concentration cross. So now we know that 8% of the plates and the 4% of the broken cup totally made up 5.1% of the total. So we just get the concentration difference, which is 1.1 and 2.9. So now the difference ratio equal to the weight ratio or the amount ratio. So now in this case, so now this 1.1 referring to the 275 plates. So how many cups are there? So just 275 divided by 1.1 times 2.9. Just divide 11 then times 29, right? It's 25 times 29. So which is a 72.5. Yeah. Should be faster if you use concentration cross as the time is limited, right? Okay, so make a research. How many of you know this method? If you know this method, you type 1. If you don't know this method, you just learn it just today, you type 2. Okay, I made the survey about it. But I won't wait for you because, yeah, we need to move on, right? So because you can use algebra, so I treat it as an easy question, or maybe normal question. Yeah, normal question. The calculation are a little bit complicated, right? So question 12. So the sum of AB and BA is not a palindrome. It's not a palindrome. So is it 19? Yeah, it's just 19. So this is something like, right? So this is something like a brainstorm case because from 10 to 18, we always have 1A plus A1 always equal to A plus 1, A plus 1. So this is a palindrome since there is no carryover. But for 19, it's 19 plus 91 becoming 110. So 19 is small, so we need easy question. Thought to be a difficult one, but actually it's an easy one, right? Question 13. Yeah. So 2 to 1, 1 to 1. Yeah, this is a very typical swallowtail model. But anyway, you can use the other method to do it. But swallowtail model is easier. So because we connect BD. So we know the area BD, the ABD is 30, right? We want to know the area of AEOF. We just connect AO here. So now we assume that maybe this one is U, this one is U. So AOD is 2U. And according to the swallowtail model, the BOD is 4U. And then the AOB is 4U as well. So now the total equal to 10U. So U would equal to, it's 10U. Yeah, it's 10U. So this one would equal to 3. So 1U would equal to 3. It's actually to find AEOF because it's not an integer. Because if it's based on AEOF, then this is not an integer. Is that okay? So, but never mind. Right? Yeah, it's integer. It's an integer. And then we distributed 4U to AE and BE. So it becoming a 3 over 4U. And 3 over 8U, which means the AEOF would then equal to 3 over 7U, which is just the 7. basic swallowtail model, maybe we treat as the easy one, right? Okay, for the question 14, right, it says that, so run at constant speed. So A is 100 meters ahead of B. B is 300 meters ahead of C. So B is confident that he can catch up with A in 5 minutes. So C can catch up B in 10 minutes. So maybe in this case, right, because it's a chasing problem, so it's about B chasing A, C chasing B is speed difference. But however, sometimes we can make it easier by assume the speed of A is 0. So we assume that A is still. So this is called relevant speed method. So we in a chasing process, we assume that the first one, the one in front with the slowest speed, becoming 0. So now it's just same thing like we travel the constant distance with a constant rate, right? Now for the speed of B, B should catch up the 100 meters within 5 minutes. So it's 20 meters per minute. And C is going to catch up with B. So VC minus VB would then becoming 300 divided by 10 is 30 meters per minute, whereas the speed of C should be 20 plus 30 would be 50 minutes per minute. So now, the distance between C and A is 100 plus 300, the distance between A and C. And the speed for C is 50, so becoming an 8 minutes. So this question, if you are trapped in speed of A, it's very complicated for you to get the answer, right? However, we can use the relevant speed. So by assuming the speed of A becoming 0 to make it easier to do it, right? So maybe treat a normal question, because if you don't know the relevant speed, it should be difficult for you. Okay, so question 14. Question 50, find the sum of all these angles. So if you use the conclusion, so this will be easier, because actually we can, but never mind. So even if you don't know the conclusion, it's not that difficult. So maybe we put sum of the angle for BDF. Then maybe we end up here. So BDF here. So now BDFI, we make this 2 together, this 4 together, right? So they are inside this collateral, which means they should have the, so maybe this it's O, right? So the sum of these two is the collateral, which is 360 minus angle O, right? And then for the remaining angles, we see the A, H, C, E, G, along with this O maybe, right? Then we would see this A, C, E, G, H will then equal to, now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? This is a 6-sided polygon. So the interior angle is 4 times 180. Then minus which one? Minus this angle. So which is a 360 minus O. So which is a 330 plus O. So now when we adding them together, the sum of all equal to 360 minus O plus 360 plus O. So becoming 720. So this is the basic way we use the interior angle to calculate the method 1. And the second method is very fast for us to use the exterior angle. So exterior angle is that, imagine you are standing at point A and you are facing this direction, right? So now we just use the 540. You mean this one? Yeah, calculate it maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't count it wrongly. So where's the second method maybe, right? So when second method check, right? So now this is A, right? You are A and you are facing this direction. And you just walk along this side and in each corner you turn. So the turning angle is the exterior angle, right? Which one is 5-sided? Oh yeah, yeah, you may be correct. So this is 5-sided, so this is a 540. Yeah, makes sense. This is 540. So now this is 540. Yeah, so the answer is 900, yes. Yeah, yes, correct. I counted wrongly, right? Okay, so now the second logic is, if you are the guy standing at A, walk to C, then to E, then to G, right? So each time you make the turn, the turning angle is the exterior angle. Then we would see, so how many in total do you turn? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. So you see, so now this is, you make your first round. And then 7, 8, 9. Yeah, back to A again. So when you're back to A, you move your second round. So now the total turnover would be 2 times, because you turn around is the 360 degree. So this is the sum of the exterior angle of all these angles. So which means 720 equal to the sum of 100 minus A, 180 minus B, or to the 180 minus I. So which is the 9 times of this minus A to I, which will get A to I would then become in the 900. Yeah. So exterior angle is also okay. You just need to count how many rounds I turn, right? Draw CF and DE. Draw CF and DE. Would it be easier? Draw CF and DE, right? So you make the angles, right? So you find the equilateral angles. So first, so AHCF is 360, right? And so we have the, not A, so yeah, we divided. Yeah, this is also a good method maybe, right? We connect CF and DE. So first, makes the AHCF is the AH1, 2 equal to 360. And then in the remaining part, so the DE here, but how do, yeah, this side, yeah, this side. Right, and this IGBDE, and outside of it 3 and 4, right? So it's the IBGDE 3, 4 is what, 540, and the 3 plus 4 equal to the 3 plus, no, this is 5 and 6, right? Then 3 plus 4 equals 5 and 6. Yeah, it's also okay. It's also okay, right? But anyway, so there is a formula to calculate all the shapes like this. So actually, if I'm doing this, I don't use any of this method. So I have a very fast way to just determine that. So my logic is, so you know, my method, I just quoted here. It's the 9 times 180 divided by 2 times 360 degree. I see this picture, I just use this formula to get the answer, which is 900 degree. So actually, this one is the same with the exterior, but how do I directly get this equation? Yeah, anyone knows it? I don't know, right? Anyway, the angle calculation is the basis, so this is a very basic figure, so maybe this should be an easy question. Yeah, maybe easy question. Then question 16. So the sum and difference of two whole numbers are in the ratio 29 to 9. So the product of them is 1710. So it says A plus B is 29U A minus B is 9U. So now we can get A equal to 19U, B equal to 10U, right? So now the A times B would be 190U equal to 1710. So U squared equal to 9, then U equal to 3. So now the smaller number is the 30. Easy question, right? Question 17. So two squares overlapping. So B is here. So this is the center of the B. So you should know that the shaded region always equal to 1/4 of the B. Because, right, you connect this line. So this two area is always the same. It's congruent, right? So, which means the area of shade is 1/4 of the B, but it's also 1/9 of the A, which means A to B would then become 9 to 4. But it asks for the side length, right? This is the area. And for side length, because 9 is 3 square, 4 is 2 square, so side length of A to B is 3 to 2, right? It's 3 to 2. So which means, so the answer is the 5, right? Answer is 5. Easy question. 18. Also longer question. So E is a point on BC. So Peter traveled the BCDA route and they take rest for 20 seconds at point A. So Q travels the triangle AEDA without resting. The speed are all 1 meter per second and starting from same time. So the question is, when will they meet each other again at point A? So maybe this is something that we just need to calculate the time they reach point A. So this is, if they have two routes, we don't use the normal encounter method to solve it because they can only meet at one certain point. So maybe we just judge, so when is the time for P and Q to go back to the point A, right? For Q is easier, right? For time for Q to come back to A. So now which is the 1 meter per second, so it should be 345 1022 times k second. So because, right, each 102,000 seconds, so Q will come back to A. Or maybe we use the minute, but I believe this one better. And for P to come back, so now firstly, P should travel for, so each circle taken for this P is what? So the travel time is the 240 plus 500 times a 2, which is a 1480, right? So P's travel time is the 1480, but P's resting time is 20 seconds. So we adding them together, we would see that the whole period for this P would be 1,500 seconds to finish one period, right? Okay, then the logic is, so when will P and Q meet? So because for P will end, the last 20 seconds would be at A. So which means as long as P and Q, or maybe just look at Q, right? So if we have the 2000K, right? So it's just between the 105,000 M and 1,500 M minus 20. So now this is the time period for P and Q to stay at A for the first time. So maybe just try the numbers to get what we need, right? So firstly, 1200, not possible. 2400, not possible. 3600, 4800, No, we need the remainder divided by 105,000 be between 20, right? But actually, we just use this one. So the LCM, right? It's the 6,000, right? So the 6,000 second is something that we make P and Q both at the point A. Actually, this one's easier than I expected because it just used the LCM of 1200 and 1500, right? But actually, for this type of question, it's not necessary to be the LCM because it can happen when Q is at the A and P is not in the end of the period. It's just between the some period of resting, right? But not working for this question, right? So the answer is the 6,000 second, but it's asking for the minutes. So it's the 100 minutes, right? So it should be 100. So this is normal or difficult? Normal or difficult? Maybe difficult. I want to give it normal because it's just the LCM would work. If the LCM don't work, this should be an difficult question. But since the LCM work, maybe this should be a normal. But anyway, I put the difficult, right? Put it difficult. Okay. So now, question 19. So there are 5 Mondays, 5 Tuesdays, and 5 Wednesdays. So the logic for this question is that, so in the first day to the 28th of any month should always be 4 Monday to 4 Sunday. So the first 28th day is the completed 4 weeks. So where does this extra 5 Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday lies? So which means the extra 3 Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday must be the 29th, 13th, and 31st. So this is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right? So the question is asking what day is the last day of the month? Last day, Wednesday, right? Easy question. Skip it. Okay, question 20. So it's an exclusion and inclusion problem. So it says that 172 student English, 179 math, 101 science. No, 101 pass science but fail mathematics. So this student passed science but failed. So all the passed at least one of the 3 above mentioned subject. So maybe we draw the Venn diagram. Is the question correct? I will check if the question is correct. So is there any missing? Because I see the fail math. Okay, only talk about failing math, right? Okay, so maybe the logic is this is the math, this is English, this is the science. Okay, so now because we know that 101 student passed science but failed math. So for this question, to make it easier, we don't calculate how many of them pass but we calculate how many of them they fail. Right? Maybe fail would be easier, but pass is also okay. If maybe you are more familiar with pass, maybe just use pass. So first, so for 172 student pass English, so this circle is the 172. And for 179 who passed math, so this is the guy who passed math. But so now the remaining circle, so the remaining area, which is the A, B, C, right? So A plus B plus C is those who failed on math. We can use the total to subtract the passing math. So which is a 199, right? So A plus B plus C is 199. But it says that, so 101 student passed science but failed math. So which means, so passed science, failed math. So it's B plus C. So B plus C is 101. So we can get the area of A as the 199 minus 101, which is 98. Yeah, that's just the answer. Oh, this is just the answer. So yeah, it's easier than I thought. Easier than I thought, right? So it's very confusing, but actually it's a very easy question. Easy. Yeah. It tricks me. So I thought there would be some extreme value or something like that, but actually just draw the picture and you get the answer. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so okay, question 21. Yeah, maybe I should erase my student writing, or maybe not. So we have 9 equilateral triangles. So the side length of the equilateral, so in the middle is the 1, right? So we want to know the outside. So this is a question that occurs maybe 3 times. I remember there's a very similar question in the past year papers. So logic for this question is that we can just assume the side length of a certain triangle and express all the others. For example, right, if this is 1, we can treat it like this is the u, right? If this is the u, then this is the u. So this is u. So here we have this one would be becoming u plus 1. And then this one would be becoming u plus 2. And also, for this side, so this one should be a 2u minus 1. Then we can get, because these are the same equilateral triangles, so it's the 2u minus 1 equal to u plus 2, which means we can get the u equal to 3. So now u equal to 3, we want the perimeter of the 6-sided polygon. So now this is a 5 here, 3 here, 3 here, 4 here, 4 here, and this is a oh no, this is a 6. This is a 6. Yeah, this is 5. This is 5, right? So the perimeter is 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, and a 6, right? So 6. So this is a 24, 24, 6, 30. Easy or normal? What do you think? Easy or normal? Maybe a normal. Maybe a normal. If you know, yeah, if you've done the question before, it's easy. But if you don't, it's a normal. So to be fair, I made it normal, right? Okay, so now for question 22, so is it just a arithmetic sequence? Right, just it's a arithmetic sequence. It's right so long, but just a arithmetic sequence here, right? The sum of these 11 numbers is a arithmetic sequence. So which means, so the sum of a arithmetic sequence is just the first and last times number of terms divided by 2, which is 2024. Then we just get the a plus k, which is the 2024 times 2 divided by 11, 3, 6, 8. Easy. Goodbye. Right. Yeah. 26. Yeah, we want to know the total surface area of this figure, right? So actually, the picture here gives us a very strong hint. So now, the logic to solve this type of problem is called the difference analysis. So first, for the surface area of the original cube is the, what, 666. It's a 216, right? And then we dig something out, right? We dig something out. So which means when we dig this one out, sum of the face is originally the surface, it's be digged out. So it's the subtraction, it's the decrease. So in this picture, the decrease is the black region. So H is a 2 times 2, right? 2 times 2, right? It's 2 times 2. So why is 7 identical figure cubes? Why is 7 here? So where did 7 come from? I mean, figure 2, which is composed of, oh yeah, I know, the 7 meaning that this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, never mind, right? So the decreasing area is 2 times 2 times 6, which is a 24. And so for all the black region, all the white region is originally inside the cube. So we dig it out, it becoming the surface area. So this is the increasing part. So how many increasing part here? So it says that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 cubes in all the 6 directions. So each cube have 4 faces, and each face is a 2 square. So which is a 96. So now we will see. So after we dig this out, the decreasing area is the 24. The increasing area is the 96. So now the current is the 216 minus 24 plus 96. So which is a plus what? 72. 72. So 72 is a 288. Right. Maybe a normal one. So the surface calculation of a solid geometry is always not that easy, but it's not difficult anyway. So maybe the normal. Yeah, normal to be fair. Then 24, right? 24, it says this is what? The geometry sequence, right? When there's, so the geometry sequence, the sum of the 14th term and the 67th term of the sequence divided by 5. So actually, the sum of the 14th term is the 2 to the power of 40, right? So this is the 2 to the power of 67. So you want to judge the remainder when divided by 5. So for an exponential to calculate the remainder, we just find the patterns. So 2 to the power of n divided by 5. Yeah, I know the remainder pattern is 4, but maybe we list it in case you don't know. So n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now the first is 2, 4, then 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1. The remainder per term is 4. So now we just use the pattern here because, right? So 40 divided by 4, remainder is 0. So it is has the same remainder as the 4th term. And 67 divided by 4, remainder is 3. So it's the 3rd of the pattern. So which is the 1 and 3, which is a 4. Easy one? Yeah, I suppose it's an easy one for question 24. As long as you know how to calculate the remainder of an exponential, it's easy for you to know, right? Okay, 24, then 25. So long. Yeah, women, glasses, women don't wear glasses. So now we classify the same groups of people in 2 categories. Men and women wearing glass or not. So in all of this kind, we just make the tables. So it's the men and women and the glass or not. But when we make this table, never forget to use the total. So now let's see. So now the woman wearing glass and not wearing glass is 5 to 8. So now this is a 5 to 8 here. So ratio of men who wearing glass to who do not wear glass is the 3 to 4. But maybe it's 5U, 8U, and 3P and 4P. So the ratio of number of people who wear glass, so it's 3P, 5U, and 4P, 8U. The ratio between them is 7 to 10, which means we can get the 3P, 5U, 4P, 8U is 7 to 10. Then we do the cross multiplication, 28P equal to 30P and 50U. So we would get 6U equal to 2P and 3U equal to P. Then problem solved. Because 3U equal to P, so now we need to know the number of women who wear glass, which is the 5U, and number of men who wear glass, so which is 3P, which is also a 9U here. So it's 9U to 5U is 9 to 5. So m plus n is 14. It's easy, but complicated. So do I make it easy or normal? I want to put easy, but then someone would argue that, hey, I failed this question because it's so complicated. Maybe normal, maybe normal. Yeah, maybe normal. Question 26. So total of 7270 dining table, and we have the dining table and sofa, and we have the total. So initially total is 7270. So maybe we just make this X and Y here. So firstly, he sold out 3 or 5 of the dining tables. But for this question, we only care about the remainings, right? So in the first process, sold 3 over 5. So remaining is 2 over 5x. And then sold 72. So remaining is 28% y. Okay. And then, so imported additional 52. So which means this is a 2 over 5x plus a 52. And y remains unchanged. And then it says that the number of sofa is 16 and 1/3. So what? So actually this is, we make it into 300, right? So this is something like the 49 over 300. And this is we like it, right? So now the sofa is this percent of the dining table. So which means we have two equations. So first, x plus y equal to 7270, and then 20y equal to 49 over 300 of the 5 over 2x plus 52. It's a disaster. I don't want to solve this, but never mind. So maybe we try to do this. First, we should simplify the second. So we just times the 300 to each side, and then we can cancel a 7, right? So which is, so it's 3, and then it's 12. So now it's 12y equal to 7 times 5 over 2x plus 52. So we make this one into 5 over 14y plus, this is the 7. So 7 times 52 is 364. And we know the, x. So now we times the 5 here. So 60y. No, it's troublesome. Actually, this would not, obviously this is not the best way to do this, actually. Do we have an easier way? Yeah, obviously we have an easier way, right? Maybe put this one here, right? I don't want to solve this. It's too complicated. So maybe just method 1 here. So now if we try the method 2, which is far easier. This is method 1. It's working from start. I don't want to calculate this. If you want, you can try it, but I don't like it. So I choose another method. So the method 2 is working backward. It's far easier to work backward because this D, this is S, this is the total, right? So maybe we just assume that because it's what? This is 49 over 300. So we assume that after all the workings, now this is a plus 52, right? So in the end, we have the, maybe just assume this to be 49u here. Let me just 49u here. So now this is 300u here. So this is 300u minus 52. Then we trace this back to becoming the, what? So 715u, then minus 130, right? And then because this is 49u, and so we have the 49 divided by the 7 and the 25. 7 times 25, which is 7 times 25. So which is the 175. So the total 7270. So 7270 would then equal to 70u minus 130 plus 175u. Much better. For which we can solve out the 925. Calculator. 8. So now u equal to 8. So the initial solver is 175. So 175 times 8, which is 1400. Much better. Right? Normal, or maybe difficult. Maybe that's the first difficult question, because if you're working from the start, I don't like to solve it. Any of you like it? Right? Which method do you prefer? 1 or 2? Type in your chat box. You prefer 1 or 2? I prefer method 2. I just quoted here, so too complicated. But work. Right. Maybe just quoted here. I don't want to solve this anyway. Okay, then 27. So it says that, so we have 3 different sides. And so the logic is, for all this type of question, so the large is almost always the best way, right? So because if we want to buy something, right? So we always choose the large set instead of small set. So large set would always be the most effective way. But however, for this question here, so it asking for what? So it says that, so we have totally $52. So how do I spend this money? So we should buy as many large as possible, but still we need to spend all the monies. So there are 2 logic: to spend all money while buy as many large as possible. So now for this question, we have 52. Can we buy 5 of the, so can we buy just buy 5 of the large, right? 5 times 9, right? If we have the 5 of large, so now we only have $2 left. We cannot buy anything. So now this is a 9 times 5. It's 55. If we buy 4 of the large, so now we can have $12. So we can spend $12 for 2 medium. So it's the 9 times 4 and 2 times 5, which is a 46. So obviously 46 is larger than 45, so this is better. And we don't need to consider the rest, because this is the way that we spend all the money and then we buy as many large as possible. This satisfies all the conditions, so this is always the best. So the answer is 46. Set it in normal or easy. I thought it's easy. Maybe I thought it's easy, but maybe a normal one, because it's in mistakes. Anyway, 28. Hey, you know what? So I read the questions. I don't do anything. I just wrote the answer 10 and go, because it's asking for the areas, and the only area we know is the 10. So the question asking must be a 10. So I just write a 10 and go. So any of you agree with me? I thought the answer is 10. So yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I know why this is 10, right? So the area of ADE is 10. We want to find the area of BEF. So actually, the instinct will tell us they're equal. So we just need to prove why they're equal. To prove they're equal, maybe we should both add the same areas. So which is quite obvious, the BCE. You would see that the ADE plus BCE is half of the ABCD. Whereas the BEF plus the BCE is the area of CBF. So now CBF here, the base is also the parallel base, and then the height is all the parallelogram's height. So this also the half of the ABCD. So now they are equal. So we cancel the common part. So this 2 must be equal. So the answer is 10. Right. So remember my word. For all the geometry question, so I believe I told you this word for many times. It's called the guess bravely, but prove carefully. Okay, right. So for me, this is an easy question. It should be easy. Anyway, you can guess. Okay. It's already nice. It's 7:30. Yeah. Maybe we hurry up to finish it before 8 o'clock. Right? Okay. Question 29. So what? Figure divided plane. So 3 lines are parallel to each other. So what is the maximum number of regions can be divided by the 20 lines? So for all this figure divided plane problem, so we can use the recursion logic to solve it. So first, we draw 3 parallel lines here, right? We draw 3 parallel lines. So how many regions are there? So we have 4 regions. So now we have the 17 other lines, right? So what if we draw the first line? So the first line here, you should see that it would intersect with 3 other lines. So there are 3 intersections. So the 3 intersections divide this line into 4 piles. And each of this 1, 2, 3, 4 piles would divide 1 region into 2. So we get a +4 region. Then when we draw the second line, you would see that the second line would intersect with all the 4 lines existing. So which means there will be 4 intersections. And the 4 intersections divided into 5 piles, and the region increased by 5. And all along to the 17th line. So for the 17th line here, there are already 19 lines in the plane. So which means there are 19 intersections divided into 20 piles. So the region is increased by 20. So now the total area divided is the original 4 plus 4, 5 plus all the region increased by the upcoming lines, right? So now the sum of this is what? So 1 to 20 is a 210. So 210 minus 2 is a 208. So the answer is 208. Yeah, this is a difficult question because if you haven't learned it, you won't know how to do. And as this is the first time this question type occurred in NMOS, actually, at least in recent 10 years, this is only one question. So you may not be prepared for this question. So I treat it as a difficult one, right? So the logic for this figure divide plane is always, we draw the figure one by one. We see how many intersections are there, so how many regions will be increased. That's the logic. Question 30, what is that? So the bar chart below shows the number of fruit. The bottom part, so pears is 30%. And we don't know, yeah, we want to know the x. So actually all of them making a 100%. So now this is just, we need to know, so how many percent is this one green standing for, right? So now it's quite easy. We assume that this is u. So now this is 30 plus 30 minus u plus 30 minus 2u plus 30 minus 3u, then equal to 100%, right? So becoming a 100% because total is the 100. So which means now we get the 120 minus 6u equal to 100. So now u would equal to 3 over. So now, because one of them is 10 over 3%, so now for apple, so it's equal to 30% minus 3 of the u, so which is a 20%. So the answer is 20. No more question? Because you should spend some time to understand the meaning of this question. But as long as you understand it, this is easy for you to do. Right? Okay, for question 30. 31. So D is a square. D is a square. And the length of rectangles are positive integers. So sum of A and B is 23, which means now this can only be 1. Actually, this can only be 1. So because 23 is a prime number, so can only be 1 times 23. So the side length of this one must be 1. And the sum of area of B and C is 44. So the problem is, how to determine this? So which means, so the length of B right here, maybe we name it to be U. Maybe name it to be U. And then, so we know that, so if this is U, then B and C, so here we would be a 44 minus, so 44 over U here. So now this one is 44 over U, then minus 1, right? So now this, for C is the 44 over U minus 1. And then, because we know this is a, what? A 23. So, which means the length of A is 23 minus U. Now we know that D is a square. We can get the 23 minus U equal to 44 over U minus 1. To solve it to becoming a quadratic equation, so 23U minus U square equal to 44 minus U. So it's U square minus 24U equal to 44. We make it into a square number, so which means we should, yeah, it's a symbol correct. No, it's not correct. It's plus 44 equal to 0. So now 24 is 2 times of the, well, so 24 is 2 times of the 12. So we make it into U square, 2 times 12U. Then we should plus a 144, then would equal to 100. So U minus 12 square equal to 100. So the two solutions, so U minus 12 can either be 10 or negative 10. So now U can either be 22 or 2. Which one can make the area smaller, actually, right? If 2 equal to 22, so now, because it's 23 minus U, right? So this one can make the U, it's maximum, right? So this is the maximum, right? So now the side length is 23 minus 2 square is a 441, right? This should be difficult or terrible. I don't know. I thought it's difficult because actually you can try all the possible value of U because U is the factor of what? U is a factor of 44. So you can try all the possible U to get the answer. So maybe this is a difficult one. If you cannot try, you can only solve the quadratic equation. It should be a terrible question. But maybe we name it a difficult question. Should be fair, right? Yeah, I know this one. This is the first question I saw when my students sent me. So first I tell you, this is a terrible question. This is a terrible question. And then let's see, how do we do this? So the question 32 here. So it says that X and Y, they are integers. Yeah, X, Y integers. Yeah, positive integers, right? Okay, so it says that 1 plus 2 over X, 1 plus 2 over Y times is 1 plus 1 over 5. So we write it this way, X, we make it in proper fraction. Then we just simply do the cross multiplication to get 6xy equal to 5 times x plus 2, y plus 2, right? So 6xy equal to 5xy plus, open bracket, 10x, 10y, and 20. So now we just move the xy to one side to becoming 6, so only 1xy. So xy minus 10x minus 10y equal to 20. So for the left side, you see, right? We can always, is xy and some x and some y. So we can always make it into x, y, and the number in front of x minus 10 after y. The number in front of y minus 10 after x. So product of this, right? Then we increase a 100 to the left side. So also is plus a 100 becoming 120 to the right side. So now we just make this one, right? We make the x minus 10, y minus 10 product becoming 120. Then we want to make the smallest possible x times y. So the constant sum, right? For the constant sum, but it's not constant sum actually, right? I can tell you, we make x minus 10, y minus 10 smaller, the product is smallest. But maybe you cannot understand. But the logic is, so how to make x, y the smallest is either the most extreme way or most average way. So maybe first we try the most average way, which is the 10 times 12. Now in this case, if this is 10, this is 12, then x equal to 20, y equal to 22. So 20 times 22 is 440. What if it's the most extreme way? The most extreme way might be the 1 and 120. So now if this is 1, this is 120, then x equal to 11, y equal to 130. So 11 times 130 is 1430, far larger than 440. So this is the most average way. And this is the most extreme way. So, if you don't know how to judge the maximum value, you just get the most average way and most extreme way to compare which one is better. So either of them must be the smallest. So you see the average is smaller, so the average is the smallest. So the answer is 440. Actually, we can prove it. So actually, we can prove it by, right? So this is the way we get it. So why this is smallest? We should know that. So the logic is, from this equation, we get xy equal to 10x plus 10y plus 20. So if we want to this one to be as small as possible, we should make the 10x plus 10y as small as possible, right? And we want to make the 10x and 10y as small as possible, so we should make x plus y as small as possible. And then also we should make x plus 10 and y minus 10 as small as possible. Because they have the constant product. So the closer the number, the smaller the sum. The smaller the sum, the smaller xy, right? We can use this way to prove it if you really want to prove it. So now this is the proof. I try to explain it in something that a primary school student can understand, right? So then we lead to a closer x and y. Right. Okay, so this is a terrible question I have mentioned. Just terrible. Okay, so question 33. So total 12 fruits. So both apple and oranges for $14.17. So one apple cost $0.03 more than orange, and Malik, so but more apples than orange. So now for this question, how to make the equations? So this question I have seen before, so I can run through it quickly. I don't need to do it. So the last 5 questions, so I have to tell you I'm cheating because I have done this 5 questions before. Maybe at least 4 of them before. Because these are the questions the students sent me in the first time. Because I asked my students to remember the last 5 questions only. So this is the question they sent me first. So yeah, I have done this question before, so we can make it quick. So now we don't know the price of the fruit. Also, we don't know how many apples and how many oranges. So logic is, we can assume, so the price of an orange, because orange is X, we don't X dollars, we X cents, right? X cents. And the number of apple is Y, right? Number of apple is Y. So how do we make the equation? How do we make up the total values? The logic is, first, we assume that all the fruits are orange. So we should have the 12 times X if all of them are orange. But we know that one apple is 3 cents more than orange. So we plus 3Y. So this is the way we express the total amount, which is 14.7. So it's 1470 cents. So now we get this equation. Okay with that. And it's not easier for us to figure out that we can cancel a 3 to both sides. So it's 4x plus y equal to 490. So now x and y, so first we know that x and y, they are whole numbers. Also, right, apple is more than orange. So apple is more than half, right? Apple is more than half. Yeah, I know it's $0.03, but I make sense, okay? So I made the equation with sense. So I suppose it's okay, right? So now because this, y should be larger than 6, right? Y should be larger than 6, which means we should find the solutions with all the whole numbers, here. Maybe we try. So first we know that y must be an even number to make it even. And you try all the even numbers larger than 6. The only one number fitted, the only solution is y equal to 10. And then x equal to 120. So this is the only solution here. This is the only solution here. And then we get the solution, we know how to do, right? Because, right? So now the price for orange is 120 cents. So for orange, then for apple, so it should be 123 for apple. And then the amount of apple is a 10. So it's 123 times 10 is a 1230. Right, it's 1230. What should I mark this question? Difficult or terrible? I think it's difficult. It's not that terrible because just a normal, differential equation. It's not a hard differential equation anyway. But it may be a little bit difficult to get the equation, but to solve it is easy, right? So maybe just difficult, not in the terrible region, okay? Question 34, a page problem. Yeah, this is a normal question. So the logic to solve this one is that, so in the first 2024 digits of the 110100, so the first thing we should count how many ones are there. So it's just how many numbers. We know that the first number is 1. It takes for 1 place, 2 place, 3 place, 4 place, right? So we should know that for each one, the number come after it is a arithmetic sequence starting from 1. So now the estimation is quite classic because we know that 1 to 2 to 36 is a 2016, which means, right, for the first 33 numbers there, right, they occupied 2016 places. To reach the 2024 digit, so actually we have 64 ones. So how many zeros are there? Right, you just use the 2024 to minus the 64 to get the 1960 zeros. Very fast, the answer. Right? Normal one, the estimation of arithmetic sequence. So all of my students should be very familiar with 1 to 63. So I emphasize this number for at least 3 times. Right? So this is a normal question. Not easy, still not difficult. Last question. Yeah, this question. So I wonder if the number is wrong. So did you remember, right? Is the number of this one correct? Because if based on this question, this one is very, very, very easy. Actually, it cannot be last questions. So it says that there are mornings, there are afternoons, there are evenings, and then they have raining days and dry days. So there are 12 dry mornings, 13 dry afternoons. So totally we have 12 raining days. So the question is asking for minimum possible day could have recorded. So actually, if the number is correct, because we know there are 13 afternoons, so can it just be 13 days? And I find it's possible. Actually, it's possible because if there are totally 13 days, we can just make the morning be 1 and the evening be 11, then the dry evening be 2. Actually, 13 would just work. I don't know why, but if the number is just like it said, so the answer would be 13. So it's an easy question because the number of days is at least the number of afternoons. And this number would just work. If there is no other condition given, if the number is correct, the answer is just that easy. So tell me. So because we have finished all the questions, so tell me, is the number correct? Or are there any extra conditions? I don't know, because the question may not be correct. Tell me. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Waiting for the lab. So maybe we just conclude all here. So, but first of all, maybe I need to, right? Actually, I need to make the first pages to here. So the first 3 page, right? The first 3 page. So I will, no, sorry, maybe I will end up the screen here. So wait me for a while because I need to send this one to my file. Okay, then come back. So now add in the first 3 here, and I move it to the front. Okay, maybe just stop here. Never mind. Okay, so the logic is, right? We have concluded all the questions here. So how many easy are there? So yeah, maybe I... So how many easy questions are there? We have 9 in the first 10, right? And then we have the... what? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, right? So we have the 21 easy questions. So we have the 21 easy questions. How many scores? So now 21 questions. How many scores? I forgot. So for the 21 questions, so 9 of them, so 3. So 2, 3, 4. So 21. 21 minus 4 minus 13 is 8. So it's 9 and... So 9 and what? So 9 and 16, 25, 25 and 6. So 25 and 9. So 34, 34, 38. So for easy questions, it's the 21 questions and 38 points. For normal questions, so one normal. Yeah, we check the normal questions. So for normal questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So we have 9 normal questions. And for these questions, how many scores? 1 and 4, 5. 5 and 12, 13, 17, 21 points. 21 points for normal one. And the terrible one, only 1 question. Yeah, I believe only 1 question terrible, which is 4 points. And for hard one, yeah, I need to search about the hard ones. So for hard ones, how many do we get? So should be... Where's the first hard? Where's the first hard? The difficult. Yeah, I wrote difficult instead of hard. Oh, might be. Yeah, I wrote difficult instead of hard. So then just a 1. The first one is here, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 difficult questions. So the total score is what? So maybe we just do subtraction. So 49, 53, 53, 20. Oh no, must be something wrong. It's 80. So 59, 59, 63, 17. Okay. So now I will give you my expectation goal. Expectation. So you score 80% of the question in the easy one, 50% of question in the normal one, 20% of question in the hard one, and no question for the terrible one. So the sum of score is, calculator, 45. Okay, this is my goal expectation. So compare with yours, maybe. I don't expect for the first 20. Yeah, top 20. Yeah, I don't estimate for the top 20. So I believe this is the score of the goal expectation. Okay, so yeah, we have 4 minutes. We have 4 more minutes, maybe. Yeah, Yanxiang estimated 75. Yeah, very brilliant, brilliant for 75. So you got all the terrible question correct, but you got a 2 point and 3 points wrong. What can I say to you, Yanxiang? What can I say to you? So I believe 44.3 is my goal expectation, but maybe it's lower. Maybe 40 will be, maybe 40 will be enough. I don't know. Okay, maybe that's all for today. Any question you can ask? The total score is 80. And even bronze? I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me to estimate silver or bronze. I don't know. Also, I don't know top 20. So I just give you a average of the gold estimation. Okay. I don't know silver, maybe 20, 25. Yeah, maybe 20 or 25 for silver. I don't know. Maybe 20, maybe 20. I believe 20 is enough for silver. 20. Yeah, 20. What's the answer for question 3 and question 4? Question 3, 17. Question 4, 3, 1, 3, 5. Yeah. Okay. What is gold? Gold. This is the estimation gold. Estimation gold, 44.3. Yeah. I suppose 40 may be enough. 40 may be enough. I don't know. The 44.3 is my expectation. So 40 may be enough. Okay, time is up. So maybe enough for the day. I will share the solutions to the group, also with the blank sheet of paper. I don't know bronze. Don't ask me to estimate bronze. Actually, I don't know what's the level of bronze. I don't even very clear of the silver, actually. So this is my limitation. So everyone has a limitation. So my limitation is that, so I can be very accurate about gold. And sometimes very accurate about the top 10 or top 20, but not for the bronze or silver, because I cannot estimate the student of that level. I'm not familiar with such a student. That's my limitation. Question 1, 228. I will send the PDF in our group, so never mind. If you're not in our group, yeah, if you are not in our group, so do we have a, hey, Xinyi, can you just maybe make a QR code here to make them to come into the group. Yes, for now I don't have a QR code here. Maybe you can put a QR code here. Okay, yeah, I will keep this page here for maybe 5 minutes, and maybe we don't need 5 minutes, and maybe I'll end up here. Maybe just end up here. Q1, yeah, this is Q1. What about Q19? Where is the 19? I need to find the 19. Yeah, 19 is here. 19 is here. 19 is Wednesday. '19 is the Wednesday. Okay, so maybe stop here. Should I shut down my camera?